this particular game was he was intending Twahacho Muhendo to play the whole 80. So this is something that could be a bit challenging for him, as we're seeing Jerome Tasiko going to scrum off at the moment.
Actually, Jerome Tasiko has to come to scrum off because Robert Sentongo is in the sin bin. We had forgotten that Robert Sentongo and Nicholas Bukenya were in the bin. And so now Impis are playing 14 men against 14 men, but without their number 9. As there we see Emmanuel Kibirige leading with his elbow and giving away a free penalty to the Impis. But Roy Kizito is on the floor. And Jen Mugisha, as we had said earlier, was going to be a very busy lady today, the Impis team doctor. That's surely supposed to be a punishable offense by Kibirige. Kibirige has been to the bin before, so Umar Balikanda will be very keen not to punish him further. It will be a certain red card. And that's the same case that Twahacho Muhendo being attended to there, getting some strap for that blood replacement. He'll be coming back on. That's the case that Twahacho Muhendo was making in that collision with Hashim Kabogoza, and now barely seconds later, Roy Kizito is on the floor for the same contact.
Yeah, definitely. As the referees also, the referee and his assistant have a chance to deliberate to see what the assistant has to say. It's going to be interesting. Center referee has really been lenient in the way that he is balancing out, not giving out too many yellow cards unless it is really warranted, but also making sure that he upholds the laws of the game. So it's going to be interesting what he goes with, but he looks like he is just talking to the captain and making sure that play remains clean, emphasis on safety of the game, but having a conversation with both captains and just making sure that all this fishiness and all this shadiness by some players is really put away with, so that we can have a good game of rugby.
Manuel Kibirige will be a very lucky man to get away without punishment for this play. He gets away with it for leading with his elbow. But that's with Emojong. Emojong has made a very good case for his teammate. And now the entire field is back to the full numbers. Robert Sentongo, as we had said earlier, slotting back into the playing field. Tasiko stays at number 9. And then Sentongo to number 15. So, as it was, it's an Impis line out. 5 men, as they've done the entire season. Shafiq Wampande, well gathered. Now Newton Mwebaze. Pius Mpoza. Dummy kick. And what a tackle by Fredo Chan. He's trying to shuffle that ball backwards and he has lost it forwards. Advantage to the Impis, to the Rams. Kaliango has numbers on the outside. Cutting past Amos Asimire. And then Godfrey Ebare brought down by John Mary Tamale, but no advantage gained by the Rams.
Sometimes you ask yourself if the extra offload is necessary. Pius Mpoza had done well with his carry, and all he needed to do was set up for perhaps the number 10 to find better territory. There was no need for him to try and look for the offload, especially in such a contact situation, and yet again they find themselves in a defensive scenario.
It's crunch time. As the clock slowly ticks away to the 80. Kaliango feeds, well worked for that scrum. And then that dummy looked like it had been red. Kaliango innovating with the loop. Emmanuel Kibirige again leading with his forearm. Surely this time, direct contact to the head. Surely this time Kibirige will be going to the bin. And the second time he goes to the bin, then that will be yellow and then red, or even straight red.
In my opinion, I think it should be straight red because if you notice from the previous encounter, the referee had observed but was choosing to be a little bit lenient, communicated to the captain who communicated to Emmanuel Kibirige. This time round, I believe it should be, because it is consistent and deliberate, it should be a red card. Let us wait and see what's going to happen though.
Another victim, this time it's Spencer Muhire on the floor. Kennedy Muhumuza making an appeal to the referee there. Repeated infringement. Umar Balikanda has a huge decision to make that could alter the outcome of this game. Sekuye has very many jobs today, and in addition to running the kicking tee, he is water boy as well. And perhaps another role that he has taken is being a lobbyist for the Impis. Scrum says Umar Balikanda to return play in the stoppage. So Kibirige made a handoff that was dramatized by Spencer Muhire in the eyes of the officials. At least according to the view of the referees on the pitch. But from our view across the pitch and on the screen, that looked like it was a high contact direct to the head by the number 13, Kenneth Obito and Kenneth Okong. Perhaps if Joseph Kana had played today, it would complete the sequence.
I guess when you're playing for Rams and you're trying to get into that back line, it is an added factor that can really contribute to that. But interesting for you to notice.
Jude Kakara, also with K. And now Kawogoza looking for that cross. Was that a drop goal or a cross kick? But it bounces into the hands of David Dichiri. Into touch.
Interesting to see how David Dichiri ran straight into touch without cutting back in. That was weird. Perhaps maybe a case of nerves, but yeah, he gives Rams possession in a place that they will not be comfortable. I think Rams at this point have really accepted and allowed that, you know what, maybe our kicking is not the thing. We're going to go for the big one. We're going to go for the try. And that's what they're doing as we're seeing some changes coming onto the pitch.
It's Edward Eriaku at 12 for Spencer Muhire, and it's Edward Eriaku at number 1 for Newton Mwebaze. And Edmond Wire at 12 for Spencer Muhire. Jude Rakayanga throws it straight over the line out into the hands of Pius Mpoza. Impis' first objective in this phase of play should be to exit their territory. Jonathan Magezi in the pocket. He has not put foot wrong today, and he gets a very beautiful kick into touch. Exactly at halfway. What a kick from the youngster.
Jonathan Magezi has been one of those guys that has really caught my eye in this particular one. Very, very composed in the way he's playing. His fielding has been exceptional for a youngster. He's playing like he has a couple of caps to his name, and yet he is just trying to find his footing for this Makerere best side. So I'm eager to see a lot more of him. I'm eager to see a lot more of what he can do. And now with a big man in his next to him in the